On July 5th, 1942, Margot got a call-up notice. This meant the Nazis planned to take her away. The family refused to be separated. They went into hiding instead. Anne's parents had been preparing their hiding place for many months. They called it the secret annex. Annex. It was attached to a warehouse and the entrance was behind a cupboard. 4 workers from Mr. Frank's business helped the family. Anne had to pack and leave in a hurry. She did not know what it would be like hiding, or if she would ever have a normal life again. And then this is the picture is one floor of the secret annex, a building attached to the to the warehouse. You can see the swinging cupboard there where Anne's family hid behind this cupboard. So they didn't know because it was attached to the warehouse. Are we good to go?
Go.
Next page, page 22. Inside the secret annex. The Frank family was first to arrive in the hiding place. A week later, they were joined by a couple named Mr. and Mrs. Van Pels and their son Peter. At first, Anne and Margot shared a room. Anne decorated the walls with photos of movie stars. In her own words, "Up to now, our bedroom was very bare. Thanks to Father, who bought my entire postcard and movie star collection here, I was able to plaster the walls with pictures. It looks much more cheerful." Do you have any questions, Justin? What did her father bring her? What did she decorate the walls with? What did she... Look at the walls. Look at the picture of the walls. What did she put on the wall?
The picture.
Yeah, photos. Good. What else did she put on the walls? It says in her own words. It says the words there. She said pictures, postcards, and movie stars. Okay, so she liked the movie stars from the 1930s. Okay, can you put it on green if you're ready to go? Good. Heroes who helped. Miep, Bep, and the other helpers often brought food, clothing, and supplies. It was very dangerous to aid Jews in hiding. If the Nazis found out, those who helped the Franks would be punished. So even if you were German and not a Nazi and you helped the Jews, they might kill you too or arrest you. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, does the boy in the striped pajamas help does the boy help the boy in the striped pajamas?
Yes.
He does help him. Does he get in trouble?
Yes.
Wow. Daily...
And the boy dies.
What happens?
And the boy and the striped pajamas and the boy went into the campsite.
Concentration camp.
Concentration camp, and they went into the room, and it's full of poison gas.
Oh, that's so scary. Daily life was hard. Anne was only rarely allowed to open a window, and she could never ever go outside. After a few months, a man named Fritz Pfeffer came to hide. Pardon?
No.
Came to hide in the secret annex too. Margot moved into their parents' room, and Anne had to share her room with him. Instead of a bed, she slept on 2 chairs pushed together. In her own words, "Not being able to go outside upsets me more than I can say, and I'm terrified our hiding place will be discovered." What's another word for terrified?
Scared.
Yeah, very scared, right? Excellent. Good job. Next page. 8 people lived in a cramped place with the constant fear of being caught. If the Nazis found them, they would be arrested and probably killed. A few times they almost got caught. These were terrifying moments. They had to share everything, even one small bathroom. Sometimes they complained and argued with each other. In her own words, footsteps in the house, the private office, the kitchen, then on the staircase. All sounds of breathing stopped. 8 hearts pounded. Then we heard a can fall, and the footsteps receded. We were out of danger, so far. Whose footsteps is she writing about?
The Nazis.
Yeah, she heard the Nazis coming. There were many rules to keep the hiding place safe. They had to stay away from the windows so no one would see them. They had to be quiet all day, and they couldn't even flush the toilet until the warehouse workers left at night. They always had to be careful. So there's a pictured in the Anne Frank house. This room was shared as the living room and the dining room, but was also the bedroom of the Van Pels family. So the Van Pels family had to sleep in the dining room and kitchen area. So it seems like it was very crowded with lots of people living there, right? Must have been very hard to live there. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so why couldn't they flush the toilet? That's weird.
Because if they flush the sounds, the Nazi maybe Nazi will hurt it.
You're so right. Yeah, it'll make a good sound. Good. Yeah, Justin, you're very on today. You're doing very well. You're concentrating very well. Good job. Next page. Anne's diary. Next page. Turn the page. Anne's diary was like a best friend during these scary times. She even gave her diary the name Kitty. It wasn't easy growing up and hiding. Even though she was surrounded by people, Anne felt alone. Her friends were gone. She couldn't play like other kids. Sometimes she argued with her parents and sisters. Other times she felt like everyone was bossing her around. When Anne got fed up, she told her diary how she felt. What does fed up mean?
Worried.
Not worried. It means like frustrated. Like fed up means not happy with something. If you're fed up, you're like, "Oh, I'm kind of like it's almost like angry, annoyed." Okay? So she got fed up with everyone. Everyone was bothering her and she felt like she wanted to get out. She wanted to go outside. She couldn't go outside. It must have been very scary for her too. Okay? Look at the diary. What do you notice? Is that English?
No.
What language is it she's writing in?
Stopped.
Dutch.
Dutch.
Dutch. Good. She's writing in Dutch. Next page. Anne dreamed of being a writer when she grew up. Sometimes she felt discouraged, but she didn't give up. She kept working toward her goal of being a real writer. Anne described what it was like to hide from the Nazis. She paid attention and wrote down the details in her diary. One day, Anne heard on the radio that people were planning to collect diaries after the war. She thought people might want to read her diary too, so she worked even harder on her writing than before. In her own words, I really believe, Kit, that I'm a little nutty today, and I don't know why. My writing's all mixed up, I'm jumping from one thing to another, and sometimes I seriously doubt whether anyone will be interested in this drivel. Oh, so she didn't think anybody would like her writing. That's crazy, eh? And look how many people love her writing, and she's so famous today for writing this diary. Oh. Justin, what did people want to collect after the war? What did they want? Diaries. Good. Why do you think they wanted to collect the diaries?
Because they can Wait. They can sell out and get money.
Good. They can sell them and get money? I don't think it's for money. Maybe. You might be right. You know what I think? I think it's because people wanted to learn about the war after it was over. They wanted to hear people's stories about the war. I think it was about learning more than it was about money, but maybe you're right. Maybe people did make money off Anne's diary. I'm not sure. Go, page 32. Ready? Capture. On August 4th, 1944, the worst fears of the Frank family came true. At about 10:30 a.m., a group of Nazis burst into the hiding place. They arrested everyone, including two of the helpers. The Nazis sent the hiders to Westerbork, a concentration camp in Holland. 1 month later, they were sent on a terrible 3-day train ride to Auschwitz. Birkenau, Auschwitz-Birkenau, a camp in Poland. Words to know. Concentration camp. Do you see that box?
Yeah.
A place where Nazis held Jews and others. Many people were killed or died there. Let's read about Auschwitz-Birkenau on the next page. Auschwitz-Birkenau. One well-known concentration camp was Auschwitz-Birkenau in Poland. Anne Frank, her sister, and mother were among millions of people sent there. When a train arrived, those who were young, old, or looked too sick to work were taken away and killed. The others entered the camp, where the guards took their clothes and all their possessions. They shaved the prisoners' heads and gave each one a striped uniform. Prisoners worked all day at hard labor. At night, they were crowded into hard bunks with a single blanket for several people. There was almost no food, and people died of terrible hunger and sickness. Jews from Hungary arrive at Auschwitz-Birkenau in 1944. So that's a real picture. So you see the striped pajamas that the boy thought they were?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for anything like on this page?
What is possession?
Possessions, the things you own, your stuff. When people has a person's possession is what they have, what they own. So your possessions might be your wallet, your keys, your bag, your photos, your family pictures, your anything that you own or you have. So what are some possessions that you have?
Jacket.
Yeah, it's what you own. It's yours. Yeah, good. Okay. So do you have any other questions about that page?
No.
No? Okay, I have some questions for you. What's Anne's family's last name? What are they called? What are the Franks? Good. Where did Anne sleep when Pfeffer moved in?
Pfeffer.
Where did Anne sleep when he moved in?
The chair.
The chair. Two chairs. Good. What did she call her diary?
Kitty.
Good. People who practice Judaism are called?
Yes.
Yeah, practice Judaism. People who worship Judaism are called?
Forgot.
Jews.
Oh,
Jews. People who get a hold, people used this to get a hold of people quickly in Germany in the 1930s. Type of message.
Telegram.
Good. Telegram. Good. No. Give me some rules in the annex. What were some rules that Anne had to follow? What were some rules? How did they stay safe? What were some rules?
They came with the German people talk.
No, inside the hiding place. What were the rules?